Geobyte.
Hi students, welcome to the Geobyte Diploma series. In the last two videos, we discussed the cantilever beams. Now we are going to start the simply supported beams. You know, simply supported beam has two supports at its both ends. Look at the simply supported beam what we selected for constructing the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. Look at the diagram. It consists of only 2 point loads. One is at a distance of 2 meters from the left support and other is also at 2 meters from the right support, that is 5 kilonewtons. Assume A be the one support, B be the another support, and these are the C and D. For the cantilever beams, straight away we found the shear force values to construct the shear force diagram. But in this case, straight away you cannot go for the shear force calculations because it consists of two supports. You should know what is the reaction. You should know what is the reaction at A and what is the reaction at B separately. That means reaction at A and reaction at B should be separately found for the case of simply supported beam. Simply supported beam. For that, first let us write like this: RA plus RB and means sum of the reactions. Sum of the reactions equal to sum of the actions equal to 4 plus 5 is equal to 9 kilonewtons. I hope you understood. Sum of the reactions equal to sum of the actions. That is the reason RA plus RB equal to 4 plus 5. But I want RA and RB separately. For that, listen carefully. Taking moments about A. You can also take the moments about B. You can take the moment about any point, but better to take the moments about a support. I am taking the moments about the left side support. I am taking the moments about left side support. Now, with respect to left side support, look at the moments developed by the loads. With respect to A, RB is causing for anti-clockwise moment. 4 kilonewton is causing for clockwise moment and 5 kilonewton is also causing for the clockwise moment with respect to A. Here you just equate some of the clockwise moments with anti-clockwise moments. You need not to go for whether the clockwise moment is negative or positive. So I am going to take the moments about A, then RB into up to distance A is 8, that is developing the anti-clockwise moment. That anti-clockwise moment must be equal to some of the clockwise moments. Some of the clockwise moments. One clockwise moment due to 5 kilonewton is 5 into 5 into up to distance A, 6, plus one more clockwise moment due to load 4 kilonewton is 4 multiplied by distance up to A. 4 multiplied by distance up to A. I hope you understood. Here I took the moments about A. With respect to A, reaction at B is developing the anti-clockwise moment 4 kilonewton and 5 kilonewton. these two are point loads are developing the clockwise moments. Just I equated clockwise moments with anti-clockwise moment. Here clockwise moments are 4 into 2, 4 into up to distance A plus 5 into up to distance A. Anti-clockwise moment is RB into up to distance A. Why we take the distance up to A? Because we are considering the moments about to A. From this I can decide the RB value. RB into RB equal to 5, 6, 30 plus 30 plus 8 divided by 8 is equal to 38 by 8. You simplify this value for getting 4.75 kilonewtons. That is the reaction at B. Then RA equal to, since RA plus RB equal to 9, RA equal to 9 minus 4.75 is equal to 4.25 kilonewtons. That is how first you need to find the reactions at A and B. After finding the reactions at A and B, now you go for the shear force calculations. Now we are moving towards the shear force calculations. Shear force calculations. Here you take downward forces positive, upward forces negative. Once again, it consists of both upward and downward forces, whereas cantilever beam has only downward forces. Here RA equal to, what is the RA my dear students? 4.25 kilonewtons, whereas RB equal to 4.75 kilonewtons. Here you take upward force is negative, downward force is positive. That is the sign representation. Now SF at B. The usual practice is we are finding the SF values from right to left. SF at B equal to, look at the B. At B, is it upward force or downward force? Upward force. Upward force should be taken as, look at the upward force. Upward force should be taken as negative. So upward force should be taken as negative. Therefore it is minus, should be very careful, minus 4.75 kilonewtons. Similarly, shear force at C, already minus 4.75 kilonewtons is there. Exactly at C, 5 kilonewtons load is there. It is equal to 0.25 kilonewtons. Similarly, SF at D, shear force at D, already, I hope you got the shear force at C, already minus 4.75 is there. At C, 5 kilonewtons downward force is there. Downward force should be taken as positive. So anyhow, already minus 4.75 plus 5 is the shear force at C. Now shear force at D equal to, already already 0.25 kilonewton is there. At D, how much load is there? 4 kilonewtons. Is it downward force or upward force? Downward load. Downward load is taken as negative or positive? Positive. Plus 4.25. Simplify this value for getting 4.25 kilonewtons. SF at A, exactly A, already 4.25 kilonewtons load is there. At A it is upward force. Upward load is taken as negative, minus 4.25, it is equal to 0. Remember, the shear force value at A should be 0, then only your problem is correct. If you are not getting the shear force at A is not, if you are not getting the shear force at A is 0, your answer is wrong or your calculation is wrong. So with this information, let us construct the shear force diagram. Let us construct the shear force diagram. For that, project the reference lines. Project the reference line. Select the thin lines for reference line. Now you take the reference line for constructing the shear force diagram. Here shear force diagram comes on both downside and upside. It is like this. 1 minute. Should be very careful within the available space. Positive values, negative values. Okay. Now 1 minute. Okay. Let us mark the same. A, B, C, D. At B, it is minus 4.75. Minus 4.75. Just write the value. Need not be write the minus. At C, 0.25. 0.25 kilonewtons. At D, 4.25. 4.25 kilonewton. At A, 0. At A, it is 0. Now let us construct the shear force diagram. Start from the B, go for the value. I hope you are understanding clearly. Listen carefully, sit comfortably and listen the class. From B I went for the load. Come to the next line, go for the load, go for the load, go for the load. Come to the next line, go for the load, come to the next line, go for the load and close the diagram. This is the shear force diagram. I hope all of you understood this shear force diagram. Let me mark the boundary. This is the boundary. This boundary is also, boundary marking also important. Be careful while you are constructing the shear force diagram. Practice is very, very important. Strength of material is mainly for the numericals. In the board examination also, 90%, 80 to 90% of the paper is for the numericals and 10 to 20% of the problem for theory. That's why you try to practice more and more problems. Don't try to read the problems. You try to practice. You try to put on the paper. Paper work is, pen paper work is very, very important, particularly for diploma students, and particularly for SOM. More practice is required. More practice means you should put on the paper whatever you see. So this is the shear force diagram. Shear force diagram. Now come to the BM calculations. BM calculations. Dear students, remember the clockwise moment should be taken as negative, anti-clockwise moment should be taken as positive. So this is how the clockwise moment, 1 minute. This is the clockwise moment. Should be taken as negative. Anti-clockwise moment should be taken as positive. Anti-clockwise moment should be taken as positive. Should be very careful with the limited space. Now, remember the bending moment value at both ends of the simply supported beam for any loading is 0. Got it? The bending moment at B equal to 0, bending moment at A equal to 0. This is true not only for this particular problem but for any kind of simply supported beam. I hope you got that point. Once again, for any simply supported beam, the bending moment at the supporting points 0, like this. Listen carefully. BM, 1 minute, letters are not 1 minute. BM at right support B equal to 0 and BM at left support also 0. Next, now you need to find the BM at C and BM at D. BM at C. Look at the BM at C. You just count how many loads are there before C. Count them. Only one load is there before C from right side. Uh, that that load is RB. Is it RB? Once again, just count how many loads are there before C. Only one load is there. That is RB. Is it RB developing clockwise moment or anti-clockwise moment? Definitely RB is developing anti-clockwise moment. So for anti-clockwise moment, I should take the positive sign. So the RB multiplied by distance up to C is giving the bending moment at C equal to 4.75 into 4.75 into 2. That is the bending moment at C. I hope you understood. This is the anti-clockwise moment should be taken as positive. Similarly, bending moment at A, 1 minute, should be very careful. Bending moment at D, not A. Bending moment at D equal to, just count how many loads are there before D. 2 loads are there. One is RB, other is 5 kilonewtons at the right side of the D. Now, is it RB giving clockwise moment or anti-clockwise moment? Yes, anti-clockwise moment. That anti-clockwise moment should be taken as positive. Is it 5 kilonewtons point load developing clockwise moment or anti-clockwise moment? Yes, clockwise moment. You are correct. Clockwise moment negative or positive? Negative. Then bending moment at D should be written like this. 1 minute. So bending moment at D. Tell me RB into, that is a 4.75 into up to distance D 6 plus, not plus, oh good, good, not plus, minus, you are very clever. So minus because 5 into 4 is the point, 5 into 4 is the moment which is in clockwise moment should be taken as negative, minus 5 into 4. Simplify the two values for getting the bending moment at C and D. Bending moment at C is 9.5 kilonewton meter and bending moment at D is 4.75 into 6 minus 20, it is 8.5 kilonewton meter. That is how the BM values should be decided. Then what you do, dear students? You have to project the vertical lines. Project the vertical lines. Then we take the reference line. Take the reference line like this. With respect to this reference line AB, take positive values above the line, negative values below the line. Of course, this is the C, this is the D. Now let us mark the values. What is the BM at B? 0. BM at A equal to 0. BM at C equal to 9.5. 9.5 kilonewton meter. Okay. BM at D 8.5, just below that value, 8.5 kilonewton meter. Okay, now I'm going to find the I'm going to draw the shear force diagram. Start from the B, go for the value by a straight line, because these are all the point loads. Point loads are always maintaining the straight line variation with the bending moment diagram, and join the two values with a straight line and go for the load. So this is the bending moment diagram. This is the bending moment diagram for the given simply supported beam. Now what do? You have to go for the the boundary, like this. Go for the boundary. It's a kind of makeup. It gives good appearance also. This is a BM diagram. Dear students, remember, for a simply supported beam, bending moment diagram comes only in the positive side, whereas shear force diagram comes on both positive side and negative side. I hope you understood. Once again, in case of simply supported beam, the shear force diagram comes on both positive side and a negative side, whereas bending moment diagram is only in the positive side. With this, I hope all of you understood this problem. You try to, after listening the class, immediately you try to put on the paper. Definitely you are getting the doubts. When you get the doubt, you just go through the video. Still, if you find any difficulty, you please send a message to me. Definitely I will explain to you in online. Thank you. Let us go for the next problem. Yes, look at the another simply supported beam. The previous one with two loads. This for 3-point loads. Let us mark the points like A, B, C, D and E. You know it. Before going to shear force calculations, first we should find the reaction at B RB and reaction at A RA. Reaction at A should be found, reaction at B should be found. Now first let us do for the RA and RB. Here RA plus RB, reaction at A plus reaction at B must be equal to sum of the acting loads 2 plus 4 plus 3 equal to 9 kilonewtons. But I want the reaction at A and the reaction at B separately. For that, let us take the moments. Taking the moments about A. Taking the moments about A. With respect to A, RB is developing anti-clockwise moment. RB into up to distance A 4. I hope understood. Taking moments about A means we are equating anti-clockwise moments with clockwise moments. So with respect to A, RB is developing the anti-clockwise moment that should be equated to the clockwise moments developed by 3-point loads. It must be equal to moment due to 2 kilonewtons 2 into up to distance A plus moment due to 4 kilonewtons 4 into up to distance A plus moment due to 3 kilonewtons 3 multiplied by up to distance A. Simplify this value. Here RA into 4 is equal to 2 plus 8 plus 9. From this RA equal to 19 by 4. Let us simplify the value. 19 by 4 equal to 4.75 kilonewtons. Instantly the same value of the previous one. Then RB equal to 4.9 minus, same values, 9 minus 4.75 is equal to 4.25 kilonewtons. RB equal to 4.25 kilonewtons. RA equal to 4 point, okay, 1 minute, let me write here, let me write inside RA equal to 4.25 kilonewtons. RA 4.75, 1 minute, printing mistake, 4.75 kilonewton. Now go for the shear force calculations. Let us go for the shear force calculations. Shear force calculations. You know how to calculate the shear force. Downward forces should be taken positive or negative. Downward forces should be taken positive or negative. Yes, you are clever, positive. Upward forces should be negative. Now positive, 1 minute, let me write it clearly, positive, negative, positive, negative, right. Now SF, we are going to find the shear force values from right to left, from B to A. Shear force at B, tell me, at B, is it upward force or downward force? Upward force. Upward force should be taken as negative, therefore it is minus 4.25 kilonewtons. Similarly, shear force at C equal to already minus 4.25 kilonewtons is there. At C, look at the C. Is it a downward force or upward force at C? Downward force. Downward force should be taken as positive. Plus 3 is equal to minus 1.25 kilonewtons. Next, shear force at D, already minus 1.25 kilonewtons is there, plus at D, is it downward load or upward load? At D, downward load should be taken as positive, plus 4 equal to 2.75 kilonewtons. Then shear force at E, equal to 1 minute, already 2.75 kilonewtons is there. At E, is it downward load or upward load? Downward force. Downward force should be taken as positive, 2 kilonewtons, is equal to 4.75 kilonewtons. Then shear force at A, already 4.75 load is there. At A, is it upward load or downward load? Upward load. Upward load should be taken as positive or negative? Negative. Minus 4.75, it is equal to 0. I told you na, the shear force at A must be 0, otherwise your problem might be wrong. Now you extend the, okay, 1 minute, you extend the vertical lines from the respective points. This is one vertical line, right, like this, like this. You know, shear force diagram should come on both positive side and negative side You should be very carefully select the reference line. This is the reference line. With respect to reference line, maybe positive, negative, A, B, C, D and E. At B it is minus 4.25. At C it is 1.25 minus. At D it is 2.75. At E it is 4.75. At A it is 0. Now start from B, go for the value. Start from the B, go for the value. Come to the next line, go for the value. Come to the next line, go for the value. Come to the next line, go for the value. Come to the next line, go for the value and close it. Now what you do? You have to go for the boundary. You have to go for the boundary. Make up like this. Should be very careful. Very easy. And you should be careful. It's a kind of makeup like this. Similarly for the upper side, I told you na, the shear force diagram comes on both positive side and negative side, but BM diagram is coming only in the positive side. Whereas for the cantilever beam, shear force diagram should be in the positive side, bending moment diagram should be in the negative side. So anyhow, this is the shear force diagram. I hope all of you understood. Now let us go for the BM calculations. BM calculations. Let me change the color. Let me change the color. BM calculations. Clockwise moment should be taken negative. Anti-clockwise moment should be taken positive. As I told you, the BM at both ends of the simply supported beam 0. It means BM at B equal to 0 and BM at A equal to 0. For any simply supported beam, once again, for any simply supported beam, the bending moment at the supporting points should be 0. You need not to calculate. Even if you calculate, you will get the same value, 0. Now BM at C. BM at C. You just count how many loads are there before C. Before C, only RB is there. That RB is developing anti-clockwise moment. Anti-clockwise moment should be taken as positive. Therefore, RB into distance up to C. RB is 4.25. The distance up to C is 1. Next, BM at D. Count how many loads are there before D? 2 loads. Very good. One is RB, other one is 3 kilonewtons. RB into up to distance D is developing the anti-clockwise moment. 3 into up to distance D is developing the clockwise moment. It is like this. So it is like this. 1 minute. RB into up to distance B anti-clockwise moment. Whereas RB into whereas 3 kilonewton into up to distance D is the clockwise moment. So anti-clockwise moment is positive. 4.25 multiplied by up to distance d 2 minus 3 into 1, 3 into distance up to d is developing the clockwise moment. 3 into 1, right, like that. The last one, bm at 1 minute, it should be visible. Now bm at limited space. So bm at e bm at e equal to, just count how many loads are there before e. Before e, 3 loads are there. One rb, 3 kilonewton is one point load, 4 kilonewton is another point load. rb into up to distance e is developing the anti-clockwise moment. 3 into up to distance e is developing the clockwise moment. 4 into up to distance e is developing the clockwise moment. So it can be written as 4.25 into up to distance e 3 up to distance e3 minus 3 into up to distance e minus 4 into up to distance e1. The this moment and this moment both are clockwise moments. Clockwise moments are negative. So let us go for the simplification. The first one value and second one, let me calculate. Right. So bm at c is 4.25 kilonewton meter. bm at d is 8.5 kilonewton meter and e is 2.75 kilonewton meter. For that, what should you do? You project the vertical lines. Project the vertical lines like this, like this, like this, like this. The first one is not looking good. Like this. Take the reference line. Since it comes only in the positive side, I need not to have much space below the diagram, because we are taking upside positive. This is positive and this is negative. Marking like A, B, C, D and E. At B it is 0. At A also it is 0. At C 4.75 kilonewton meter. At D 8.5 kilonewton meter. At E 2.75, somewhere here it should be below 4.75, 2.75. Now I am going to construct the BM diagram. Start from B, go for the value by a straight line, because BM is varying linearly due to point loads. From that value to another value by a straight line variation. Join all the points by straight line, because it has only point loads. Point loads are causing for linear variation in the bending moment diagram. So this is the bending moment diagram. Let us have the makeup. Let us enlarge it like this. This is how the boundary should be marked. That is how the boundary should be marked. I hope you understood my point. Remember, if you look clearly, where you are getting the maximum bending moment, my dear students, look at the diagram. Try to listen carefully. Where you are getting the maximum bending moment, wherever the shear force diagram, look at the D. At D, you are getting maximum bending moment. And shear force diagram, what is happening with the shear force diagram at D? Shear force diagram changes its sign from negative to positive. Remember, wherever the shear force diagram, in case of simply supported beam, wherever the shear force diagram changes its sign from negative to positive or positive to negative, you are getting maximum bending moment. Maximum bending moment is found practically wherever the shear force diagram changes its sign. This is the maximum bending moment point. Even if you go back to the previous problem, look at the previous problem, where the shear force diagram changes, its sign from negative to positive, C. At that C only, look at the bending moment at C. Bending moment at C is maximum. That means maximum bending moment is found. Maximum bending moment is found wherever the shear force diagram changes its sign from negative to positive or positive to negative. With this, my dear students, I am concluding this video. If you need any clarifications, you please send a message to me. Definitely, I will explain to you in online. But practice is, once again, I am telling you, practice is very, very important for avoiding the confusion with the shear force and bending moment diagrams. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please share these videos because these are very useful for diploma students. For all diploma students, these are very useful videos. You please send or share these videos to all your friends, and please subscribe our channel, that is GeoByte. Thank you. Thank you very much.
GeoByte.